Hello and welcome to my video on the in-depths on the Resistance X-Wing 75297 and ATAT versus Tauntaun Microfighters 75298. So I'll be looking at these sets in a bit more of an in-depth view. So I'll start off with the 75297 Resistance X-Wing. This is a 4+ or junior set. It's got the normal box art. You can see the two minifigures. It's based on the Jakku Desert in the background, and the set itself doesn't look brilliant, but I'll talk a bit more about that later in the video. Then on the top of the box you can see Poe Dameron, and in the top right of the box you can see Darth Vader. The back of the box shows the set in a landed position, and the wings are disconnected in this other image called Learn to Build, because this is for younger like toddlers, so it would probably be easier to build. There's not much it's very easy, like you could probably build it in a couple minutes if you knew what you're doing. And you can see the two minifigures and the blaster, and on the top you can see the cockpit opening. So this image you can see the set. So the set itself is pretty bad. It's 4+ juniors, and it's very simple, but that's kind of the point. But the cockpit piece is pretty terrible. It doesn't fit right. It just looks like it's just being stuck on there, like they didn't have anything else, which may be true, but I don't know. And then the front part, I believe on the junior set they do printing, so that's a bonus. But in the front part you can see a blue marking and some front pieces and some other printing. It's not great. It's $20 or £18. So its price is pretty expensive because it barely has any pieces. The minifigures, you get Poe Dameron and BB-8, which is not bad. They probably could have included a third minifigure because it probably needed that to make the price a bit more reasonable. But the BB-8 minifigure is not bad. He's got his normal printing, and it's not exclusive though. We've seen it in two other sets. And then you've got your Poe Dameron. So I believe this is the same as the one in 75149, which is his actual. This is this set, but in the actual scale. And the helmet, I believe, is the same, not entirely sure, but the torso printing is the same and the leg print is the same, so I don't really think there's any difference between these two. The helmet might be grayer, like there might be a couple spots, but not really anything noticeably different. Other than it depends on the angle, but it doesn't look like, you can see on the helmet there's a gold stripe. I don't know if that's on this one because you can't see it from that angle, but that was from 75149, which you could also, this is a more accurate version of the set, you can obviously tell. This set is pretty small, and then it's not very accurate. Then you look at this and you can see a lot more accurate set. But that's this set you can criticize a lot because it doesn't look brilliant, but it's not meant to in a way. Like you can identify it as an X-Wing and it's easy to build. I think that's their kind of idea. It's not the most original design. Like the X-Wing minus like a few pieces. The front part is the exact same. The cockpit piece is the exact same. The main difference maybe would be there's a spot for BB-8. On this set there's a couple slope pieces there. The wings don't have the 1x4, and the curved piece connected to that is shorter on this model, it's longer on this one. But yeah, and this one was £25 I believe. So price value, this one's not as good. I would hope they would have included like a cannon or something, but they didn't, or like an extra minifigure, but no. So yeah, if you're the only main reason you get this set, unless you're for like a young child, would be for the Poe Dameron minifigure. Moving on to the 75298 AT-AT versus Tauntaun Microfighters. This is a pretty good set. The box art, you've got the Series 8 Microfighters. On the top of the box you have the Luke Skywalker. In the bottom right you have the 2 minifigures. The background for the set is based on Hoth and looks quite nice. And the set seemed to be battling it out with a couple stud shooters. So I quite like this. The Tauntaun looks really nice. It's got a clip for white binoculars and then Luke sits on it. And then yeah, it's really nice. Like, I suppose it's like the dewback. Some people would say it was quite cute, and that's maybe what it's playing on. And then the AT-AT. Well, the AT-AT's pretty good actually. Like, I like it. I'll do a bit of a look at it compared to the one from 2014, I believe. I'm not sure about that, but I believe it's like that around that time. And there's a couple differences, but not too many. But yeah, it looks really nice. The Tauntaun, it's very well, like, it looks quite breakable, but then there's also the curves it kind of needs, so it looks pretty well. The AT-AT pilot, I believe it's the same as the one we saw from the summer, and that's not bad. They could maybe upgrade the face printing, well, the helmet printing even, because I think they could just add a bit more detail, but I'm not sure. Then you can see the Luke Skywalker minifigure. He's pretty normal, but then his head piece has white printing around the edge for like something like a hood kind of that would go on, and then his hat piece is in the tan color. His previous one did not have that, but and had a white helmet. So there's a bit of difference. This image you can see with the visor down. This one didn't have leg printing even. And yeah, the chest printing slightly different, but not too much. So yes, it's a pretty good minifigure. Like some people might get the set for those couple minifigures, but I don't know. So this is the one from 2014 or 15, I think. And it's pretty good. There's some differences, like the bit where the pilot sits on looks much better in the modern version, and I think that's quite obvious. The legs, well, the way they're posed in this image make them look taller, but they're the same. And the cockpit area looks much nicer in this one. Anyway, thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.